Is this account just a Hayley Williams fan account now? It might feel that way, but rest assured that eventually there will be an episode that is not about something that Hayley Williams has released. Although, if she keeps up this kind of level of production and output, maybe that won't be the case. Perhaps every week until the end of time we'll have a new release from Hayley Williams. Petals for Armour Part 1. Do I say Part 1 or just 1? Who knows? It is a debut EP from Hayley Williams and was released on the 6th of February 2020. We believe this is the first in a planned series of releases leading up to the release of the full album, which is scheduled for release on the 8th of May 2020. You can be sure that when the full album drops, there'll be a review waiting for you here. Petals for Armour Part 1 contains 5 songs, which in order are Simmer and Leave It Alone, which we have already covered in reviews on this show. Links to both will be in the description. And then new tracks, Cinnamon, Creeping, and Sudden Desires. Let us start then with the first new track to us, Cinnamon. It's probably the most unique song on this EP, perhaps tied with Simmer, and certainly most unique in this new batch of songs. But what does unique really mean? That is a pointless description for you listening to me review this song. So let's dive in. It starts with Williams' voice and some very basic drums. Then a distorted backing vocal joins, mimicking the melody that Williams is singing, but sounding more demonic, like the devil is singing along or mocking Williams. It's a really great vocal line though, really varied and catchy too. Made of 2 parts, the rise and the fall, that basically mirror each other, so it almost feels cyclical. After this vocal intro, there's a bit of a lull where the drums are joined by this almost baseball organ sound that comes in as a flourish. Then Williams jumps back in for the verse, joined by double tracking her vocals with her main singing voice on top and a softly spoken duplicate underneath, and at a lower pitch as well, to add some bass and some grounding to the vocal line. Then a first hint of what the chorus has the potential to be, as other instruments join in, and then we're back to the verse, this time with added bass guitar, funk, and the delicately spoken title, Cinnamon, all on its own. The back section of the song is really fun. That driving bass line in the chorus is not only really catchy, but also repetitive enough to get yourself really lost in. That section in particular would make great workout music. Or what I sometimes like to do when I'm at work and we need to focus, just put one song on repeat for a while. All of the instruments together really make the riff. The chorus is definitely greater than the sum of its parts. There's a softer break before we come back to the funk for a modified chorus, then the full chorus before the outro and the end of the song. Perhaps I just like upbeat songs, or upbeat songs hit me faster or harder first time, but I really like what I heard on Cinnamon. The cinnamon in the chorus will be in my head for a good while yet. I'll be singing it out loud or in my head at random times over the next few weeks, no doubt. Overall, the song is like an old factory of music. The rhythmic beats are like the clunking of the machinery. In your mind's eye, you might see people shaping metal plates or sawing and chopping wood in perfect synchronization, like you're on one of those How It's Made TV shows. Moving on to Creeping. That distorted voice is, though slightly different, slightly higher in pitch and a bit more feminine sounding than the one on Cinnamon, back. And like with Cinnamon, I'm sure Why You Creeping Round Here will be stuck in my head for a good while yet. Once I get past the vocal intro, Creeping keeps this constant beat, almost never deviating off it. Again, this song makes me think about a factory setting in my mind. The vocal line eventually joins in a stuttering sort of pattern, as each syllable lines up with the beat of the drum, keeping each word as short as possible, or separating them to the beat if necessary. This song feels darker and moodier than Cinnamon. Cinnamon feels more playful in its unique instrumentation, and Cinnamon is a more unique and a more fun word to say as well. Creeping, on the other hand, feels, well, creepier. Something that could soundtrack a Halloween episode of a TV show, or a scene where a protagonist is being stalked or followed, peering around corners and looking down on someone from a high window through shuttered blinds so they can look but not be looked at. Sudden Desires starts slow, almost like Leave It Alone. That driving beat is there in the chorus, feeling like a hammer striking an anvil. As strange as it sounds, this song gives me Evanescence vibes. I don't say that lightly. I'm not one to just compare Williams and Evanescence lead singer Amy Lee together because they're both female vocalists in the traditionally male-dominated rock scene. It's only really in the chorus, and really only with the vocal line, but when Williams belts out Sudden Desires, it really reminds me of the chorus of Going Under, where Lee also belts out the title track of the song that she is singing. Maybe if I was more of a fan of pop music, I wouldn't point out this connection, but these sorts of vocals don't feel very common in rock music. My personal order of favourites from this EP is 1. Simmer, 2. Cinnamon, 3. Sun Desires, 4. Creepin, 5. Leave It Alone. Maybe this list is influenced by what I've sat with longer. Maybe Simmer is not as good as I think it is, but it certainly feels like the strongest track we've heard so far. It being the lead single, the first track on this EP, and presumably on the album, show that Williams herself must think highly of it, if this is what she chose to announce to the world that she was going solo. Overall, I really like this release. When looking for new music, I'm normally more drawn to the in-your-face and heaviness of my traditional punk rock and metal bands. So it's a nice change of pace to listen to something that feels more organic, more like an acoustic set of songs. I'm also often a fan of genre melding, so the fact that most of these songs are weird fusions, pulling inspirations from different genres really works for me. I'm looking forward to hearing what the full album has in store, and if there are any more surprises. This was a review show. I think your experience will be enhanced by hearing in full the songs featured in the show, which you can get hold of from your favourite music shop or online platform. Please support artists by buying their music or using services that guarantee artists a revenue. This episode was written and produced by me, Stephen Lemontree. Our outro music is Simplicity by Macrophore Music. If you ever want to contact us, you can do so on Instagram and Twitter at nevetslt or email nevetslt@gmail.com. Life is seeing the sunrise after a night out. We'll see you next week.